I wanted to make a video and try to briefly, of course I said every video never is brief, explain the difference between ale and lager. Most microbrews are ales and some are lagers. Now, for domestic beers, the Bud, the Miller, stuff like that, the overwhelming majority are lager. Most microbrews and many foreign beer, import beers are ales. Not all. This isn't true for everything. Early on, when I would read lager, because I started on Bud and Miller and stuff like that, I read it's a lager, and then as I started drinking other beers, seeing other beers, I go, oh my god, it's a German lager. Yuck. It's whatever lager beer. Lagers are all bad. No, they're not. Depends on how it's made. Depends on the kind of yeast. There's a bunch of reasons for it. So, in the most basic sense, here's some differences. This isn't highly scientific because I'm not a scientist. Ales and lagers. Ales can be anything. A pale, an IPA, an amber, a stout, a porter, a red. It could be a hybrid, like American Belgian. There's only so many types of it, but and there's infinite ways to make it. Ales are top fermenting yeast. They ferment at warmer temperatures, typically mid 60s to low 70s, typically, and they can have all kinds of flavors to them. They can be complex. They can be basic. It can be a blonde, it can be a pale. It can be an amber. They can be anything. Ales ferment faster than a lager. 2 weeks is typical. They have generally a more complex taste to them. And I don't know why, if it's just characteristics of the yeast. There's also more ale yeast strains available. Lagers ferment much cooler, mid 40s to mid 50s. They also take longer, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks, 6 weeks. They have a cleaner, crisper taste. Most every lager is light colored, like straw colored, but not necessarily. Like a Doppelbock. A Doppel means double, Bock means is lager. They tend to be dark. Even though most lagers that we know are light color, they don't have to be. And again, just because you might know, like I always thought lager means low quality crap American beer. No, there's Czech lagers. There's German lagers are very good. They generally, the most common thing I've seen with a lager, they're clean and crisp. They're a very clean taste to them, just very crispness that I've never had in ale. They're both fine. There's nothing wrong with either one of them. So, for anybody that might get hung up and go, oh God, I only drink ales, or I don't know the difference between them. An ale and lager, literally, it's yeast. So if anybody says, oh yeah, there's only, lager's only this type of beer, ale's only this type of beer, you can make any type of an ale with a lager yeast. You really can. And vice versa. A lager with, you can make a lager and use dark malts with it, make a dark beer. What kind of yeast has a profile and flavor you want, and can you, and also keeping the fermentation temperature within the appropriate range is a big one. It's a big deal. But yeah, there's definitely more ales out there than lagers. But again, there's very high quality lagers available. Best one I ever had, quick story, about 10 years ago, brewery that I worked in, head brewer made a beer with a German lager. He used a Weiss strain of lager. I don't remember what it was. Or is it the Bavarian or, well, no, Bavaria is part of Germany. I don't remember what it was. He used 7 or 8 grains and a particular German lager, Bavarian lager strain. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. This is probably 2007. Might have been 2008. And made 10 barrels of it, and that stuff was so good. It was a Doppelbock. I remember the 10 barrels, I think lasted a month, and a few customers even asked for the recipe. He made it up, as far as I know, and it was so good. This isn't real helpful, I'll tell you what it is, because like this, it's been almost 10 years ago, but it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So don't get too caught up in the ales and lagers. Even though most lagers that you see are light, pale, or straw colored, they can be dark. Ales can be light or dark. Again, ales tend to be can be a little more complex, and the flavor profile, if you taste one or the other, lager crisp and light, and ales can be crisp and light, but usually not. Usually they're a little more. There's more body to them. More, how do I describe it? The crispness isn't really there, but it's just a more fuller flavor, I think. But again, don't let that deter you from either one. Try both. Um, and remember, with both types, because when I say ale lager, it's not a type of beer, that's a strain of yeast. A type of beer, a style, is your pales, your IPAs, your amber, your blonde, your stouts, your porters, your German beers. The type of yeast is ale or lager, that's all it means. Give both a shot. I drink both. I drink more ales, but I'm turned on lagers, not by any means. So that's longer than I want to talk about, but that's a quick rundown of the differences.